Okay, it's 6 p.m. Let's do it. Hey, Marta. Hey, Taylor. Hey, Gifton. Hey, Michael. Why you look so confused, Mike?
Always confused.
Yeah. All right, Edward, let's do it.
Sorry, I'm setting up my camera again.
Okay.
Need 1 sec.
What's happening, Rio? I haven't seen you forever. Nice to
I
see you.
know. When was the last time I saw you?
At least a year ago, but probably a
It's
little bit
okay.
longer.
I can't keep track. I mean, as it is, even before COVID with the
Yeah, probably maybe like the fall or something. So probably a year and a half.
Yeah. But you've been good?
Yeah, hanging in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
See everybody.
Yeah. Are you teaching a lot?
Yeah. But I'm in Seattle now, so I'm currently quarantining in a friend's basement until I'm to go out and see family.
You're in dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm usually not quite this Spartan, but I'm just going for it,
I see. Wait, so Taylor and Michael and Gifton, you guys know each other? I didn't mean to have 3 trumpet players. I just kind of happened that way, but
I know, so Marta wouldn't feel left out, but
it's a 3 trumpeter and a lady. Yeah, but do you guys know each other?
No, but I think it's my first. It's my first time meeting Taylor. But I definitely know Mike, for sure.
Yeah. Good to meet you. I think, Michael, we might have met at one point, like through Font or something, but we haven't really gotten a chance to hang. So it's nice to meet everybody. And I met Marta before either, so nice to meet all of you.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be hanging. All right, Edward, you good?
Yeah. So yeah, sorry by the way, I'm getting like my camera's over here, but my monitor is like over here, so I'm like looking at different places. So you're gonna get a side view of me, which is my good side. Lucky for
you have a great profile, man.
Yeah, right.
That's great.
It's all on purpose. No, so yeah, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Taylor and Mike and Giveton and Marta for joining us. Before we start, as always, I would like to make some announcements. My first thing is, for those of you watching from YouTube, which should be all of our audience, you're welcome to make comments. You're welcome to chat with us. You're welcome to ask questions. That's what we're here for. We're here to hang out and have a good time. So I want to see that chat box active is what I want to see. So cool. So what else? We have some great stuff coming up at the Jazz Gallery. If you guys want to join us for any future events, we have this Thursday, part of our live stream series, which we're doing every Thursday from the Jazz Gallery with live music, at least for those of us who are there working. Gilad Hexelman will be joined by Aaron Parks, Bernice Travis, and Marcus Gilmore. So it's going to be a really awesome show. We hope you can join us. Tickets are available on our website at jazzgallery.org. Next Monday, as you might have noticed, we moved all of our Zoom, online, YouTube activities to Monday. So some things might replace the other. That's something we just started this month, just to sort of consolidate everything under one umbrella. And next Monday, we're not doing a lockdown session, but we are doing In Conversation with Miguel Zanon featuring Joe Lovano Part 2. So if you checked out part 1, which we did last Monday, you might be aware that Miguel just did an amazing interview with Joe, very informative, very detailed, and they went too long. So they decided to reconvene and do another interview just to finish up the conversation and show us more music and more of their lives and whatnot. So part 2 is this Monday at 6 p.m. on YouTube. It is donation based. So if you would like to donate, $15 is our suggested donation. We will accept that gladly. If you have more, we will take that. If you have less, we will take that as well. But if you don't have anything, you can still watch it. So that's on YouTube.
Just make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Some other things you might want to check out on our website, Jeff Tane Watts live stream from the Jazz Gallery. The week after, on the 15th, we're going to have another lockdown session with Gerald Clayton, Casa Overall, Sullivan Fortner, Kevin Sun, and Tim Byrne. The week after, we're going to have Robbie Coltrane Freedom Trio. We're going to have Jason Lindner on March 4th at the Jazz Gallery. Antonio Sanchez on March 11th, Nir Felder on March 18th, Morgan Guerin on March 25th. We have some great stuff coming up. So check out our website, jazzgallery.org. Follow us on social media, and we will keep you up to date as to what we're doing. If you like the Jazz Gallery, consider subscribing to the channel. We have a subscribe button, as every YouTube channel does, and ours is a very nice button to click. If you like clicking buttons, you can certainly click our subscribe button, and you will be very happy to do that. We will also be very happy that you subscribe. We're currently at 1.2K subscribers, which is nice, but we want to get to a lot more. So if you have friends that haven't subscribed, send them over. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that button. If you would like to support us a little more, there is a donation link at the description. Thank you, Narissa, for having that. I didn't even text her. There's a donation link you can click to donate, and it helps support us and helps us pay all these wonderful musicians that you'll be hearing from today, as well as in general for all of our live stream events. There's always a donation link which you can help and support. If you want to become a member, consider becoming a member. Membership grants you discounts right now to our live stream concerts, which is a very sick discount. If you ask me, you get it's $20 if you're not a member, but it's $5 if you're a member. So
no brainer.
It makes sense. It makes sense to do it. If you come to like 5 live streams, it pays for itself, and membership lasts a year, and it's not expensive. It's not expensive. So with that said, we have a very interesting weather day today. Very, very snowy. I went outside to the deli. I was like up to like my knee in snow. Are you guys getting any snow? Mike?
I know the Gifton is not getting any snow.
Where
are you at, Gifton?
I'm in the Bahamas, actually, so I'm kind of...
Jesus. What a terrible place to be at.
I'm leaving.
I know.
I'm out of here.
We hate you right now so much. He said Bahamas. Yeah.
Taylor, where'd you say you were right now?
I was leaving to go hang out with Giveton.
Oh, okay.
In the box below.
I'm actually in Seattle right now, but I've moved to Vermont in the middle of the pandemic because I figured why not get more isolated? So I live up in Vermont now.
You know, I know another trumpet player that also moved to Vermont or was trying to move to Vermont. Do you know Davey Lazar?
No.
He's a young trumpet player. He's a friend of mine, but he was either making the move or tried to. Mike and Marta, are you guys in New York?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys are snowed in.
Austining, yeah.
Yeah, I know Mike is getting it hard.
I got a foot of snow back all over my house. I'm like, geez.
Oh my God.
I got my snow blower though, so I'm ready for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yay, I bought a house. Like, wait, snowstorm.
I'm looking forward to we got a car recently, so I have to dig that out now one of these days.
I remember those days.
Mm-hmm.
Those were fun.
So let's get started. Our first guest is a young trumpet player who has been making a lot of moves and recently won the Rising Star Award from Letter One.
Yep.
He is also it's very sort of I don't know what the word is, but it turns out that you were sort of informally, I guess, a student of Roy Hargrove's. I mean, we all kind of were, but you used to hang with him a lot, you know, play the same instrument and whatnot. And we had you, because for those of you who don't know, Roy Hargrove was a founder of the Jazz Galleries. When he passed, we had a memorial concert that you actually came and played for. It was very nice to hear you. So, for those of you unfamiliar with Giveton, he's an incredible trumpet player, a young trumpet player, and you should keep your eyes and ears open for him. So please give it up for Gifton Gelling.
All right, Gifton, let's see what you got.
So a few, so I have a few things for y'all. Been working on some stuff during the COVID period, and it's kind of similar to the things in some kind of videos called creative processes, where it's kind of just me playing piano and trumpet, but I'm just trying to cultivate that sound right now. So here's it.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for listening. That's it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Gifton.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just been a combination of stuff, specifically the one that visual one in the Bahamas, access to my studio, and some of the recent things that I've been trying to get to. So yeah, I'm glad y'all were able to share that with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have some people in the chat rooms. Caroline Davis really liked it. Aruj Aftab. Aruj played at the Jazz Gallery a couple weeks ago.
With Vijay.
Yeah, so Aruj really liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Taylor had a question, no?
Taylor had a question up there. Yeah, that's right.
It is 125th. It is 125th.
Well, I have two questions. One was it 125th? Because I know that Metro North station well. And the second question was, I was just curious, did you overdub the trumpet first or the keys first?
So I overdub the keys first, and then I do the trumpet after. Yeah, that's how I do it usually.
It would be kind of amazing if you did the other way around, no? Trumpet first and
Well,
keyboard
it's always trumpet first. Come on, I ran a trumpet
Oh,
festival
okay, I'm
for a long
sorry, I'm
time,
sorry.
You know, you gotta.
My bad.
Well,
My
cornet
bad.
first, but still trumpet second. You know.
To try too, could probably foster new things to hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. Does anybody else have any questions? I'm curious, or anything you're curious about, or
how did you do the video, the second one, with the circles and the geometry?
The visuals, yeah. So it's inspired by Apple iTunes.
Classic.
But yeah, it's those things really started to kind of connect with it because it's kind of I think it works where it kind of takes the sonic sound and kind of uses different shapes, and I like. I think it's effective what's going on.
Yeah. No, like it totally adds a vibe to the music. I like it. It's simple, but it's very effective.
Yeah, I was hoping for that. So thanks.
Yeah.
Saying that.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Gifton. Give it up for Gifton Gelin. If y'all want to follow Gifton, he's on Instagram at Gifton. So if you want to keep up with him,
Gifton?
Just Gifton. The one and only.
When your nickname, you can just.
Is there anything you're working on, Gifton, that you would like to promote?
My recent guys came out of True Design. We've actually played at the Jazz Gallery. And came out in April last year. And it's just been great to have some time for people to be able to check out. So yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Before we move on, I would like to remind you all there's a donation link. You can donate to the Jazz Gallery, which will help us pay the musicians and help us keep the doors open. As you know, we are keeping the doors open and we're doing live activities from our space, even though there is no audience, at least physically, but helps us do all those things. There's a lot of bills that you might not be even thinking about. The other week we were talking about toilet paper. We have to pay for toilet paper. So amongst many things, but
Yes.
yeah,
Remember somebody was talking about, like, how much do I have to donate to have their name on the stool?
Well, Gelin was going to give us like $10 to put his name on the toilet paper. I think it was. I still haven't seen that check, so we haven't put his name on there.
As long as it's not his face, just his name.
Can I pay you to put some other people's name on the toilet paper?
Yeah, you can do a donation on behalf of somebody. This donation is on behalf of.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Anyways, yeah, if you would like to donate, please donate. We appreciate any and all donations, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So moving on, we are moving on to another incredible trumpet player. Surprise. We have 3 trumpet players today for you all, but yeah, Taylor has played at the Jazz Gallery with many of his projects, and they're all amazing. Taylor's an incredible composer and improviser. And it's always a pleasure to get to hear him and see him, hang out with him, and all that stuff. So it is a pleasure of mine to introduce you all to Taylor Ho Bynum.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Taylor.
Good to see you all. I miss everybody. I miss the gallery.
You too, man.
I know. The hand.
Yeah. So the stuff I put together, I sort of cheated because I did one little bit that was recorded right before the lockdown. I actually managed to premiere this oratorio for big band and orchestra and vocalists and soloists and stuff. And the whole oratorio is going to be premiered, broadcast. It was premiered in real life last year, and it'll be broadcast next week. I'll share a link for that later. But there's a little clip from that of just me doing a conducted improvisation, a mixed combination of me conducting half the orchestra and a conducted improvisation, and my friend Filippo Ciabatti, who's the conductor of the Dartmouth Symphony Orchestra, conducting the strings, playing normally. But that's bookended by a bunch of solo cornet recordings, along with animations by the choreographer Rachel Bernson, who I'm lucky enough to be married to. And I've been very jealous because I feel like I've been, artistically bereft during this period. And she's gone on to like doing all these beautiful little like films and stop motion animations and stuff. So she sort of started going into a whole new creative space while I just kept playing, a piece of metal increasingly desperately. And then I just found, I was watching her films and I had a bunch of solo recordings, and I actually didn't score them. I really did just do the like old John Cage, Merce Cunningham thing of like, let's just live together, make work, and just throw it up on stage and see how it looks at the same time. And I think it actually came out kind of nicely. I'm pleased by it. So that's what
beautiful.
We'll be watching. Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
Well, and I'll be playing that, I believe.
Yes, you
Yes.
have the. I trust your internet connection more than mine. So.
All right, so let's do it. Let's check this out.
let's-
Share sound, optimize for video clip. Share. And yeah, let's go.
sense of power is in the study, in a perfect suit you created.
What fools! Mark my suit of midnight dark.
Work is no art.
What fools! I love rich garments.
We are cheated of our lives by this rascal!
What fools! Look how well my garments sit upon me.
Mercy on us!
Sometimes the clouds open and show riches ready to drop upon me.
The misters have millions. He has a house, a great bed. Our comfort, cold porridge, $1.
Ha! So you're paid. Compensation I have given you.
Hell is empty, and all the devils are here, close by.
I thought I saw Michael Mayo there.
Yeah.
Man, that was awesome.
Taylor, that was amazing.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Yeah, you should. It's worth checking out the whole thing because Michael kills it. Oh,
I
my
bet.
God. Yeah, Michael
I
and Kyoko
bet.
together. Michael and Kyoko together are really terrifying.
Oh.
I could see that. So you said that you just threw the existing like recording of solo thing with the what your wife did, but it didn't feel like that at all. Like everything just made so much sense.
Thank you. Well, we spent a lot of time together in the last year. So I feel like even if we're not intentionally collaborating, I feel we are very much breathing in sync after, 24/7, 12 months. So and
That's
very happily
amazing
so.
though. Yeah.
Highlight of the pandemic, I have to say. So for me,
Because I mean, some couple went the complete the other way.
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys. I thought that. I mean, your wife's amazing.
Yeah. I love the stuff she's been putting together, and it's inspiring for me because like all of us, I mean, the people in the dance world have dealt with what we've dealt with in the music world of just you don't get to do the in person anymore. And like what Gifton was doing. So yeah, you overdub yourself. You create your own score. And I think what she started doing when she started either just doing solo film stuff or the animations, what I was thrilled by is like watching her films and seeing the same aesthetic that she had as a choreographer applied to like animation, So that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I do have a question for you because I mean the whole conducted improvisation thing is such an interesting topic, and I know a lot of people associate that nowadays with like Tyshawn Sorey because he has his whole conduction thing that he's developed from working with many people. But you've worked with Anthony Braxton, who is one of the pioneers in that. And I'm curious whether your conduction language is influenced by that, or did you come up with your own system?
It robs Anthony blind.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I'm not a dummy. He built a really good wheel, and then I can build my own vehicle to go on top of that wheel. But
sure.
I was also lucky enough to work a little bit with Butch Morris, and so
Butch is another one of the pioneers. Yeah.
So I feel for that language, most of I know Walter Thompson has done great stuff, and Tyshawn's doing great stuff now, but a lot of my language is sort of my interpretations of Butch and Anthony.
I mean, the combination of both having written material and then improvising over it is actually super interesting. And I was
like, how does that work in your head?
Yeah. Well, I also felt very lucky. That was the one thing where I was in some ways actually really happy to work with this was, these were and actually shout out to Lucas James, one of my students who helped me video edit that. But this was a combination of student ensembles and guest artists who were all the guest soloists were, our crew and the local pros, but the orchestra were all students. But because they were students, we got to rehearse and workshop it for like 2 months, and so I could really teach them improvisation and really develop.
Oh, I see.
So that was so much different than most orchestral contexts. Like I've gotten to do pieces for other orchestras, but you get 1 day, 2 days of rehearsal. So I feel the engagement with improvisation as a practice ends up being very shallow. So they're like, oh, we're gonna have like our jazz influenced classical piece, but it's just like it doesn't get past that kind of shallow level because you're not given the time to really develop a shared performance practice.
Yeah.
So it was fun with this project is we got to do that, which is nice.
Yeah, and you teach at Dartmouth, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're familiar with all the students as well.
Yeah, no, that's a nice part of it too. So these are people I've worked with for a long time and who I could really trust. So that was a nice part of it.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, and I was looking forward to bringing another group to Dartmouth this year because you.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
Yes,
it was great. We brought up Harish
and Savannah,
and Morgan, and they killed it. I mean, they were so good, and it was so great. That was a nice hookup because we wanted to. I've been bringing up a lot of guest artists, but then it was great to work with the Jazz Gallery's mentorship program because, like, seeing Savannah, who's 24, mentor my musicians who are like 21, 21. You could see the peer-to-peer connection, and that was so awesome. So
that's beautiful.
Was, we'll make it happen. One of these days, gigs will happen again. And my school, with a very healthy endowment that they refuse to spend, so everything is on budget freezes. I would hope that will change. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud. I'll try to.
That's okay. No, people need to be encouraged to spend money on arts.
Exactly.
Yeah, but actually, I'm curious. How's teaching during the pandemic for you?
It's nice because it's like this. I get to see people I care about and talk about music that I love. It's frustrating because it's remote and it's, you know, we just started doing some in-person rehearsals, but, you know, with the poor musicians in masks and their horns, like we call them saxophone condoms. It's safe sax. Thank you very much.
Safe sax.
But the instruments like
safe sax. Okay.
And they're 10 feet apart from each other.
Sax.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you're a bit slow right there. Oh my God. I'm surprised that Michael is keeping quiet.
Oh Lord.
Taking
Yeah.
notes. Taking notes.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh God.
Yeah, but thanks for giving me a platform to share it. Great to be with all of you.
No, thanks for showing us this.
It was beautiful. I really enjoyed the videos. Thank you.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
So let's see. Any no comments that
Wait, so Taylor, you're not on the Instagram. I tried to find you.
Oh, I'm
That's what I was gonna say.
Rachel has an Instagram page and she sometimes puts up some of her little films, but I abhor all social media. I don't even have a Facebook page. I'm leaning in on the Vermont woodsy hermit vibe. I mean, can you see I'm wearing like a knit cap and stuff? You know, I'm ready to disappear into the woods.
Yeah, but you know, you're doing some amazing stuff and people need to be able to find you.
Yeah, but you know, make them work for it.
You have a website.
Exactly.
So people
Jazz Gallery, you know, and at the Jazz Gallery, people will, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So Taylor. Yeah, Taylor has a website, taylorhobynum.com. So as opposed to giving you his Instagram, you can go on his website. Taylor, do you have a mailing list?
Maybe. I think there might be a button on the website, and I probably send out an email at least once a year. So.
Yeah. So.
I
mean, if you don't know, if you don't know if you have a mailing list, then you probably don't. Barely.
No, I do. I just don't know exactly how to sign up for it, and I feel like I definitely don't do it more than about once or twice a year. But
yeah,
sure, yeah.
He needs help. What were you gonna say, Gifton? Were you gonna say something?
It was just a trumpet question. Just the screeching sound. Like, are you like kissing the mouthpiece and to get those?
Yeah.
I was curious.
I can't remember. There's two. I honestly don't remember which that was because I just like went through hours of solo recordings and just pulled out a couple things that I thought would be fun. But I sometimes do it with an alternate embouchure where I kind of like put it up underneath my lip and get like kind of like and do it that way. And sometimes I just do it as a whistle tone with a regular embouchure. You know, it kind of depends.
Right.
I feel like having moved to Vermont to teach, I've been like thinking a lot about Bill Dixon, who was sort of a mentor of mine and one of my real heroes, and who moved to Vermont to teach. And then while he was up here, he recorded all this amazing solo stuff because he told me this once, that he's like, when I moved to Vermont, he's like, I moved from New York, and in New York, I had the resources of an orchestra at my disposal. Once I came to Vermont, I had to make all the sounds of an orchestra on the trumpet. And so he's like, so that's what I spent my time trying to do. And, you know, especially those recordings that he made, like the soul note recordings he made in the 80s that came out of after he'd been up there for a couple of decades, just, you know, that was transformative for me. So wow. Yeah.
Bill Dixon, you said?
Yeah. I've been thinking the two, particularly Bill Dixon and Wadada Leo Smith, you know, who are two of my particular heroes on the instrument. Both, and also were like organizers and had done a lot in the scene in ways that I really respected. And then they both, you know, moved out to the woods to take a teaching gig. You know, Wadada went up to Bard and Dixon went up to Bennington. And so I'm kind of feeling, I'm trying to lean into that moment. You know, I got the gray beard. I'm trying to like, I can't be quite as gnostically wise as Wadada or Dixon, but like, I'm trying to like confuse my students with like, you know, don't really make any sense and stuff. So I'm going for it. We'll see if it works.
Sounds good to me.
Well, thank you, Taylor. That was an amazing set of music. So give it up for Taylor.
Yes, well done.
And go visit taylorhobynum.com.
Oh, go visit him in Vermont.
Or go visit him, yeah. Bring him an orchestra.
Yeah.
Well, I will like to interrupt this show with some more advertising. Donate and subscribe. Donate and subscribe. Donate and subscribe. What else am I going to say? Oh, donate and subscribe. You can donate with the link that's in the description there. Just click the donate link. It's a PayPal link. It's very easy to do it. If you would like to subscribe, there's a subscribe button. You can click the subscribe button, and that's also very easy to do. So donate and subscribe. We're moving on to our next guest, and surprise, surprise, it's another trumpet player. Mike is honestly one of the most hilarious people I know, but is also one of the most incredible trumpet players that I know. And I know, yeah, it's funny that I had to lead with that, but no, Mike is an incredible trumpet player and band leader and composer who has also has a brother who is an amazing band leader and composer as well. But yeah, there's so many records that Mike is on, and Mike is one of the top calls for like all your big band stuff. And anytime you need a trumpet player, Mike will play that stuff down. So it's always a pleasure to see you, Mike. I always love hanging out with you and hearing you play. So everybody give it up to Michael Rodriguez.
Thank you. Loud clap. Thank you.
That's what you get for using an iPod or earpod or whatever that is. I don't know what that is.
Oh, earpods.
Right.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. So yeah, I just when I got asked to participate, of course I was thrilled, and I started to think about what I can bring to the table. And so I decided to go with a tune that I wrote last April, right when the shutdown happened. I shut everything down. I just kind of wrote this tune, and you know, the working title I just called it Indoors, you know, and it just kind of stayed that way. And then I decided to write a tune a couple weeks ago, right when I got this email about participating, and I started writing this tune. I got inspired and decided to call it Stepping Out. You know, so it's supposed to be kind of like, you know, folks going outside New York City. Well, the first part, Indoors, I decided to take some images and kind of just, you know, a lot of home images. And I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but once the stepping out part comes, you know, it's more like outdoor kind of thing. And yeah, so enough of my jibber jabber.
Let's see it.
Let's all have a good laugh. How about that?
I'm excited.
Yep.
All right. Let's share the sound. And so we're gonna.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
God.
killing.
That was beautiful. Check you out with all the video editing and everything. I don't know what was coming, but
Yeah, thank you.
that was nice.
Thanks for trusting me.
I did trust you.
Mike, you got compared to Kenny Wheeler, but funkier.
Oh, snap. Okay. He's definitely a hero, so thanks.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm
Man,
jealous of all these trumpet players with like badass keyboard skills. Both of you guys.
Right?
I feel like absurdly jealous.
No, it's the pandemic, just kind of changed my whole game. I was like, man, come on, I gotta bust out of this hand and just like, kind of up my game, so.
I'm still on Microcosmos, man. I'm still doing like the Bartok, like the simple stuff, and you guys are throwing down. Now we're gonna hear Marta, and it's just gonna be, piano night. Actually, it's not even a trumpet.
Yeah, right. Just slowly moving into that direction. No, you're in Vermont. You just, you have time and space to. One more thing on the list to do. But I was saying in the chat that the one of the things I always loved about Mike is that your sound is so pretty, man. It's beautiful. Yeah,
it is.
I agree.
Always a pleasure to hear you, man.
I can hear you, Mike. You have to speak up.
Oh, thank you very much. So kind. I'm sorry, can you repeat what you said? I didn't hear what you said.
You sound so pretty, Mike. So beautiful. So gorgeous.
Okay. Wow,
so gorgeous.
Very kind. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but seriously. And somebody was saying, I think Carolyn was saying that she also enjoyed this like VCR noise vibe,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I chose the this 80s VHS thing on the.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah.
There's also like patch sounds, those electric piano patch sounds, and you can just to Logic. It really works,
Well, I mean, I wanted to capture that this last year, like what I got into. Believe me, I've come a long way when it comes to technology and just like this whole getting into Logic. I was just I had no idea of anything. I was just kind of playing gigs and touring and like, yeah, cool. I never did home studio stuff, and so once the pandemic hit, it kind of forced me to, think twice about my thing here. And I got into, I got a new computer, I got into Logic, got an interface, started dealing with, sounds and whatnot. So I wanted
that's such a good skill to have too now, because like even when you go back to like real life, like you can get a call from somebody in like Tokyo or something, be like, hey, can you record trumpet for me for this? And it's like, hell yeah, I can do it.
That's already happened. I've been fortunate. So people in London call me to do some stuff. So I'm like,
oh wow,
I got a mic and an interface.
Right.
Let's go.
Nice.
Amazing. And now you know how to edit the video. You're good. I can hear you, Mike.
Spielberg ain't got nothing on me. Okay, next. Leave me alone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you again, Rio.
Thank you. Thanks for doing this. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, the videos were killer. Did you take all those? Did you do all the shots? Was that all yourself too?
Some of the shots were my own, and some was from that website. This website that has a bunch of images, so I'll just kind of pick and choose what made sense. That took a long time.
I bet.
You captured it though, man. Like lots of coffee, lots of TV screens, lots of like just staring at the clock. I felt it, man. I felt it.
Man.
Yeah.
That coffee mug was definitely something that was like the focus at the.
Yeah, I feel you, man. It's just consumption of everything that's bad for you. It just went.
I actually quit coffee.
You did?
I did, yeah. And I used to drink a lot of coffee, and I quit.
That's crazy. Right now?
I have insomnia. I really can't sleep, and I was sleeping like 3-4 hours every day. So I was desperate,
Oh wow.
Well, there's other things you can consume that balance out the coffee. That's kind of just like diving in on that. I don't know.
I know.
Yes,
I do.
Yeah. Definitely. Well.
Yeah, I've never been a big coffee person, so. Anyways, it's okay. It's okay. I'll accept your apology. No, thank you, Mike. That was awesome. That was a beautiful video. If you all want to follow Mike is at El Tipo 79 on Instagram, ELTIPO 79.
What is El Tipo?
The guy.
Oh, the guy.
Like I said, Instagram was some, I signed up years. I was like, what name? Whatever, but whatever, El Tipo, and so that kind of stuck, and so I just went with it. So I my apologies for that.
The guy. So yeah,
The guy,
Mike is the
okay.
guy. Is there
He's
anything
the
you're working
guy.
on, Mike, that you would like to promote?
Yes, actually. Thank you. I have a record that's coming out in April. I mean, it's already, I got them already, so I'm gonna start that whole thing. So they're coming out in April, and hope you guys check it out. Look out for it.
Well, what's the title and where it's coming from? You want to type
Who's the
it?
band?
Yeah.
The band is called Pathways. Hold on a second. From here, it's called Pathways.
Oh.
You'll see that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And the band is John Ellis, Obed Calvera on drums, John Ellis on tenor saxophone, Joe Martin on bass, and Gary Races on piano.
Those guys sound all right.
They're pretty good. They do all right for
all right.
what they got. But yeah, these guys have been my guys for the past 3 years, and just went into the studio actually a year ago with the hopes of releasing the record in June of last year, and then of course
Didn't
got
happen.
pushed back.
So it's coming out in April, you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna release it in April.
Okay. Pathways,
Be on the
cool.
lookout for it.
Yeah, there you go. Stay on the lookout.
Indeed.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah. For my advertising break, I realized I forgot to ask Taylor what he's working on, if there's anything that he wants to promote.
I already did. I'm shameless. I don't. I'm covered.
Well, so you have that you're gonna air that full video of the Dartmouth thing. So where can people find that?
I threw it in the chat, in the YouTube chat.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I told you I'm shameless.
There you go.
On top of the game.
Well, and then
make
for
up for my zero social media presence.
Yeah, there you go.
Indeed.
For my second advertising break, I would like to all, I'm going to beg you all to subscribe and donate. No, I'm not going to beg you, but just do it.
No, Ed, beg. Come on.
Please. No, do it. Can we get Shia LaBeouf here to just scream, do it? Do you guys know that video?
No, I don't
Shia
know what you're
LaBeouf just
talking
screaming,
about.
do it at the screen for like 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I don't
know. I know.
Nothing, but Anyways,
next time you'll be prepared. We switch the screen share.
I just thought about it right now. I just make these things up as I go.
Yeah.
Subscribe and donate. There's a donate link at the description. There is a subscribe link above the description. I think it should be right under the video. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It means a lot to us. It helps us reach out to a lot of more people. It helps us defeat the algorithm. And if you donate, it helps us pay the musicians, and it helps us pay some bills. As I was mentioning earlier, the Jazz Gallery doors are still sort of open privately to the musicians and staff that come and work and do the live stream concerts every Thursday. So, we have to pay electricity bills. We have to pay gear bills, equipment that we continuously keep upgrading. We have to pay for internet. We have to pay for
toilet
all
paper,
sorts of utilities, toilet paper, cleaning. We clean the Jazz Gallery every week, so there is no coronavirus at the Jazz Gallery every Thursday. So we have piano tuners. We have, what else do we have? Rent, obviously. So
yes, yeah.
There's a lot of bills that you might not you might not even think about, but yeah. So donate. There's a link there. Subscribe. There's also a button there for that. So we appreciate all of your support. And lastly, I'm just going to mention, so I don't have to do this at the end when everybody's leaving. Go on jazzgallery.org. You can find our full calendar there. You can buy tickets to all of our live stream shows. This week we're going to be having Gilad Hexelman at the Jazz Gallery featuring Aaron Parks, Bernice Travis, and Marcus Gilmore. It's going to be a great show. 2 sets at 7:30 and 9:30. So jazzgallery.org. Get your tickets. If you are a member, you get a $15 discount to the show. So
we're just basically giving it away, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal if you ask me. So become a member, subscribe, donate, go jazzgallery.org. There you go.
And also, if you're a member or if you donate, everything is tax deductible.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
For your taxes.
Yep.
So
because some people need to, get rid of the money in order not to pay a lot of taxes. I just thought I would mention that. I wish I had the problem.
Exactly. So let's move on with our last but not least guest. Marta is an incredible pianist and composer as well, and has written some of the most amazing music that I've gotten to check out at the Jazz Gallery, and it's always a pleasure to have you at the Jazz Gallery. I think it's been a minute since we've had you there with your own group, but the last time was when you released your record like 3 years ago, right?
Maybe.
That's the last time we had you there. So it's been a minute. So hopefully when things clear up, we'll have you there soon. But for everybody that isn't familiar with Marta, I suggest you get familiar with her as well. So give it up to Marta Sanchez.
Thank you, Eduard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recorded a couple of pieces for prepared piano. I've been like composing some pieces for prepared piano during the pandemic, and I recorded a couple of them, and I did some video over there, like Mike, a lot of editing. Anyway, I'm gonna just play it. I'm gonna play both in a row. Ting, ting.
Don't forget the sound.
Yeah. One. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
That was beautiful. I agree with
Yeah.
Taylor. If the coffee drinking is producing that, keep drinking the coffee.
I agree.
I want to second Caroline's question in the chat. Well, what were you preparing the piano with?
Yeah, me too.
There are like screws and some tape and some rubber, and then the things that you use to put like screws. I don't know how you call it on the wall. You make a hole, right, and then you put this thing that is plastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's simple. It doesn't have that much preparation. The first one a little bit more. The second one doesn't have that much preparation. Just tape and the middle, some screw. But also I want to be able to play these pieces. It's set to like live, so I want them to be kind of similar. And if they are not similar, just take things out and be able to play, because otherwise it will be like impossible to play them. Live. I have to be preparing differently for every etude, or if it was a super complicated preparation, it would be impossible.
So, I was going to ask you, are you thinking of the preparation, like the sound that you get with the preparation first before you write the music, or do you write the music and then you kind of like see what falls where and like what sound you get after you place it?
No, I write the music thinking of the preparation. Normally there is like some notes that are like keeping a rhythm, and they have like preparation, like a specific preparation, and then normally the bass is like with tape, so you get a little bit this sound of like it's written everything like what is complicated that I didn't do before because I was writing these pieces. It's like improvise with all the preparation, right? Because you have to be aware more or less where the things are, and sometimes it's like have to get used to. A little bit.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I loved it. It was beautiful.
I was like seeing how people work with prepared piano, because it's always like kind of like it's a much more personal thing, I think, than just playing the piano, just because like then you're like modifying the instrument to what your aesthetic purposes are. I think it's very interesting. Yeah.
And then I want to say that the image from the second video, because I want to credit her, was like a friend of mine, Charlotte Jacobs, that is also a great singer. She filmed all these things in Brussels. She's in Brussels right now, and she went to the nature and film all these beautiful images, and I use them.
And you did all the video editing yourself?
Yes.
Y'all are like, all three of you are throwing down on these like new skills. I feel really embarrassed. Like, y'all are like, I'm like wildly expanded my practice. I'm like, I've learned how to make sourdough, but like you guys are throwing down. It's very impressive.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, sourdough's a good skill too.
Yeah, definitely. And you're in sync with your wife. That's a lot. I mean, artistically and otherwise. I'm always in awe of people who can work with their partner professionally. And, like what I saw with your video, like, what your wife and what you played, they come together. That was really beautiful. I'm like, wow.
I don't know. I love this, like, Marta's, like, complete concept was very beautiful. I was very impressed. Yeah.
Thank you.
How you synced up the piano with the little image explosions.
With a lot of work. Yeah. Like, again, earlier.
So you did it. So you actually added, like, it wasn't a program that it animates to the sound. You actually had to do that by hand.
Yeah, I did it manually, like rustic.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. But then, like when that, like, pop, as Michael was saying, like sync with the sound, it really like have emotional impact to the sound. It really like deepened the effect, and I enjoy that very much.
Yeah, it's true. It brings up things, that you want, bring us some things from the music.
Yeah, gives such different dimension to it. Yeah,
I like it. I mean, everybody did that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
also,
and go ahead.
I just love the rhythm. This time.
Say it again, Gifton. You're going in and out. You have a Bahama internet connection.
Just saying that I also love the rhythms. I was just grooving the whole time throughout both pieces.
Yeah. Likewise, same here.
It's like if John Cage was funky, It's great.
Which would never happen. That's why we have Marta.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was great. And I think that, I mean, I said this many times, but I feel like it's important for musicians to understand how to present yourself on the internet, because it's a whole different beast, you know what I mean? And then be able to have a grasp on like the visual aspect of it, like only really helps you. And I want everybody to like experiment with it. And I'm hoping this will be like the start of something, going forward, because I don't know how long we're going to keep doing this. And I think that, some music, like, like what Marta played, or, what Taylor did, it's not immediately accessible to everybody. Do you know what I mean? But whereas, but, whereas when they have a like thoughtful visual attached to it, more people be able to like get into it from different angle. And I think that I like that aspect of what's happening here.
It's also cool for people to be developing, like, I mean, that's an interesting thing teaching through this, is trying to tell students, well, how do you, like, don't try to like spend this time to do stuff you wouldn't have the chance to do otherwise, like develop skills that will be useful otherwise. And it's like very inspiring to see folks doing that to such a deep level,
Yeah. After you said that you only learn how to bake sourdough.
Yeah, I don't do what I teach. I say it and then I go eat my bread. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyway, oh my God.
Well, I'm gonna just mention Marta Sanchez has an Instagram, Marta Sanchez Piano. So if you want to follow Marta, feel free to follow her. And Marta, is there anything that you would like to mention or promote, or something that you're working on?
I'm thinking of, probably we are gonna record with the quintet in mid-March, if everything goes well and we can make it work and COVID doesn't, and I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's the quintet?
The quintet, if everything also works and everybody can make it and whatever, it's like with Maria Grant on tenor and Alex Lore on alto and Razan Carter on bass and Alan Menard on drums.
Awesome.
That's a nice group.
Cool.
The
Well,
three of us noticed there's no trumpet players though. That's cool. Whatever. Like,
cool. Totally cool.
Yeah, cool.
So, well, speaking of trumpet, because I have an idea right now, because it seems like we had 3 trumpet players and Marta didn't have a trumpet on her thing. I think we should have Marta play the video again, but then Marta, you have to play trumpet over it.
Oh,
just to keep the thing going,
Right. Yeah, why not?
Oh, Caroline has another question for you. Can you tell us more about your compositional practice, when you like to write, how often you write, etc.?
That's from me?
That's from Caroline Davis to you.
Oh. Well, it depends. I've been writing a lot during the quarantine, but mostly because I've been with a friend changing a tune every week, and basically that's why. And otherwise, I don't know. I normally write when I have to write for something, for a project. I don't write every day. I think I need a little bit of a space between projects to get new ideas, because otherwise I feel like I start repeating myself all the time if I keep writing. But everybody's different. A lot of my the people that I admire the most say that you have to write every day, but kind of like works better for me like that. So yeah, I mean, I write normally when I have a project, except that I did that during all these months because I was doing it with someone, and that was like, that gave me a little bit of challenge,
Right.
Yeah. It's amazing that you're writing during the COVID, because we've been doing this since like last April, and everybody's like, it's so hard to write under quarantine, and it's hard to be inspired. So kudos to you on that.
Yeah, I think that worked for me, like doing with someone, that helped a lot, because it was a way of I feel like any way of connecting during this, pandemic with people. So people have been doing like book, like jazz club, like just like not just like book clubs to read something together, or to I don't know, to whatever, to have a drink together or to compose together, and everything, every opportunity to connect by doing something with someone, it's welcome, or at least for me, has been like that. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Very true.
And also I kind of felt that I never had time, you know, in normal life, and I felt like I didn't waste the opportunity. I mean, I didn't feel like that the whole, I had like a period that I was like really, you know, I couldn't do anything. But I kind of felt that I didn't want to waste the opportunity, you know, of having a little bit more time to do things, you know, try to improve things. And
yeah.
That's true. Did you hear that, Mike? No, I'm just kidding.
Talking about trumpet.
Do y'all feel that like there's definitely
Okay.
there's part of me that's like dying to get back on the road, and there's part of me that's like, I don't know if I want to go back on the road. It's really nice staying home a lot. Like, do y'all feel that? I don't know.
I feel that
I want to go back on the road.
Well, the thing is, it's nice to have the liberty to be able to go on the road if you want to go on the road, but it's also a lot of people, what I've gathered is that they're appreciating taking control of their professional life and like the time they spend working on the craft and whatnot, you know. Yeah, I think that's a very important thing to like keep in mind, is taking control of your time and not being, because a lot of people burn out too, you know, like they spend like, you know, 10 months out of 12 months on the road, and they have to do it because that's how they make a living, you know. That's why we were talking about the recording thing with Mike, you know, because it's nice to be able to have another avenue to make a living too, you know, to just do home recordings and whatnot.
Right.
Teaching from home.
Right.
Yeah. But I hear that a lot. People miss the road, but at the same time, like, I kind of like staying home, you know. But yeah. But I, you know, for me, like, I miss having people in the room, and there's an exchange of energy between audience and, you know, live, the musician, and just like how, you know, like when everything clicks, it feels like energy just spiral everything up, and you're just like, like that. Like, I miss that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I miss just being in the room where it's like you're just bumping with, you know, people, and then just it's really hot, and you know, all of that. Yeah,
I miss
that definitely. Yeah.
I mean, I feel that's the important thing. People, no, we miss people and be with people, and you know.
Yeah, definitely.
And a change of energy with people, you know, mostly.
I mean, I'm pretty used to gigs without many people there, so I don't know if it's that different, but you know, it's.
Well, but when you go to the bar to drink or something like that.
Oh my God! Yeah, I was expecting Michael to take Taylor's role, but like, we're all just kind of reverse.
He's killing it. You know?
Yeah, I know Taylor's killing it. Anyway, well, thank you everybody for being such good sports and participating. It was really great, and I had an amazing time. So thank you.
Well, shout out to you guys. Jazz Gallery's been killing it throughout this. Y'all have been so supportive of so many artists and doing it right. So appreciate it. Thank you. So if I could take Ed's job, so make a donation, people out there, or whoever, you know, continue to support the wonderful work the gallery is doing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes, thanks so much, Rio.
Thank you. All right. Well, this concludes the volume what? This is 32?
32.
Yeah. Lockdown sessions. And we're going to keep going. So, yes. And come back next Monday for Miguel's interview, the continuation with Joe Lovano. It's been really deep. I think Joe's really opening up to Miguel. And part of me, like, maybe Joe doesn't realize that this will be broadcasted to the world. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you're like talking to people on Zoom and you forget that there are audience out there, and because Joe's like talking, I'm like, I'm nervous, but yeah.
And I'm also going to do another promotion thing, which is totally unrelated to the Jazz Gallery. I mean, I'm going to also mention, first of all, if you guys are on the Jazz Gallery YouTube, please check out our content that's on there, because we have a lot of Q&A stuff that we've done with the musicians that do the live streams. There's also the older episodes of Miguel's and Conversations. There's some archive stuff, but I'm going to mention a thing that I've started checking out that's not part of the Jazz Gallery, and it's Mike Moreno's YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
Just a shout out to that, because he's been posting these really cool interviews with his guests as well. So those are really in depth as well. Very I don't want to say similar to Miguel's, but they're very in depth and very personal as well. So I'd suggest checking that out. That's unpaid, unrequested or anything. I've just been checking that out, and I think it's something that more people should check out as well. So yeah.
I agree. Anyway, all right. Well, everybody have a good night. Stay safe. Wear a mask.
Stay warm.
Yes, indeed. I know. Well, Gifton doesn't have to stay warm.
Yeah, Gibson, stay cool.
Go to the beach now.
Yeah, I
Put his
know.
feet in the sand.
Gibson, I'm sorry you have to deal with that beautiful weather out there. I'm so sorry, man.
I know. It's terrible. You're
Terrible.
missing out on the snow.
Get out of here, Gifton. It's your conch salad in the sand.
Yeah. All right.
What happened?
The trade-off of the beauty is the shitty
He said he
internet,
was
but
going
it's really
snorkeling
beautiful.
now. That's-
Yeah, exactly.
Said something about snorkeling or something like that. No, get out of here with your snorkeling.
Yeah, Gibson, you should post your video that you sent us, that you played here for us, because it was a little laggy on YouTube. You should post it somewhere just so people can watch it like smooth.
Yeah, because music was beautiful.
Yeah, the audio was cool, but we couldn't get like the full clear video.
Oh, you know what? You can send it to Ed, and we can put it on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
that's perfect. That's perfect.
Up to you, whatever you want to do.
It. Yep. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, and then thank you for people who'll be watching on YouTube. We can't do this without you, so thanks for being here, and I appreciate
Absolutely.
you so much. All right.
Awesome.
Well, until next
thank you,
time.
everybody, and we will see you soon.
Have a good night.
Good night,
Take
everyone.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.